Hello.
A very good evening to all the participants who have joined in. We would request the students to join in quickly as we will be starting the session at 7:05.
Hello. Hello.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, madam.
So we
Am
would
I
be
audible?
you are audible, sir. We would be shortly
Yeah.
starting the session at 7:05 p.m., sir.
Yeah, please. Somehow my camera is not working. It should not matter. Not a problem at all.
All right, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
It says, should I re-log in then?
Uh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could
Okay.
just try
Okay.
relogging in, sir. Very good evening, Swapna ma'am. We would be shortly starting the session at 7:05. Until then, I would request the participants to inform your fellow friends to join in quickly. It's my humble request to all the participants to give a gentle reminder to your peers and fellow friends to join in quickly. We will be shortly starting the session, 7:05 p.m. This would be a final call again for all the
Yeah,
learners and the students to join in quickly as we would be starting the session shortly. Smita, could you please confirm if all the dignitaries from academia have joined it? On. Thank you for the confirmation, Sushmita. A warm welcome to all the dignitaries from academia, industry who have joined in for today's evening for 30 hours of student development program on ACE coding interviews, DSA mastery with Java. Before we could start with, let me quickly give you an introduction of ExcelR. ExcelR, founded in 2013, having its 8 branches in 5 cities by IIM ISB alumni, headquartered in USA. We have so far trained 8 lakh plus students and professionals. We constantly cater to the requirements of individuals, institutions, and industries. What keeps us strong is our premier associations with iHub Divya Sampark, APSSDC, APSHE, TAS, KMDC, IIT Madras Pravartak, IIT Roorkee, BITS Pilani Hyderabad, NASCOM Future Skill Prime, and Swayam Plus. We have our 18 plus courses which are being approved, and we have it on the NASCOM FSP platform and as well on the Swayam Plus. We have been constantly recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, Analytics India, PMP training for our exemplary training. Through our training, we have so far covered faculty development programs close to 80,000 plus, both under STEM and non-STEM domains. Student development programs close to 8 lakh plus. Webinars, seminar, workshops close to 600 plus. Technical training programs close to 40 plus technical courses. And we have constantly partnered with 2,000 plus academic partners, and we have 5,000 plus placement partners. Through our journey, we have constantly been delivering training programs under the Everyday Learning platform for engineering degree and others, close to 8 lakh plus, and faculties again from the engineering degree and others. For today's program, we have close to 5,000 plus registrations, which are from Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu being the highest, and others, of course, from different states. Through our everyday learning program, we have been constantly delivering training programs to faculties and students on application-oriented training, hands-on training on the trending technologies, close to 40 plus. And we, through these everyday learning programs, the colleges are greatly benefited for submitting the reports for NAC and NBA requirements. Through our EDL offerings, we have industry MOU signed, industry webinars conducted, faculty development program on major technologies with research paper assistance, and all of these training programs are delivered through our LMS platform. And we also have professional trainings delivered through this. Assignments, assessments are a part of the LMS portal where the learners benefit out of this. And we have industry use cases where the discussion on the real use cases by industry experts are also dealt through this training program. And we also constantly support the learners through our placement preparations, through campus recruitment training and coding challenges sessions. So that's how our LMS will look like, where we have the learner, once he registers through our EDL, ExcelR's everyday learning program, he or she will be able to get the login credentials for the LMS, and the learner will log into the LMS to take up the courses. So here at the LMS, you will be view the courses which has happened in the past and the upcoming events and the current training programs as well. So through our everyday learning program, we have delivered 60 plus student development program for constantly participating under this 1,600 colleges. Most popular programs under student development program are DSA for campus placements, ChatGPT, Advanced Excel, Salesforce, Python and SQL, mobile app development, Python programming, cracking coding interviews, and many others. These are the top most popular programs which we have chosen for today's evening. Similarly, we have faculty development program close to 45 plus programs which are so far delivered to 80,000 faculties, and constantly participating colleges are 1,519. These are some of the most popular programs under the faculty development program. AI, Gen AI, deep learning, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, data analytics using Power BI, cybersecurity, and many others. A learner who enrolls for everyday learning program will be, post completion of this 30 hours of training program, will receive a participation certificate. For a student development program, the certificate would be as given in the left top, and at the bottom right is for the faculties. This would be awarded to the learner if and only if he attends all the sessions and he shares the attendance and the feedback to the that is during the session. These are some of the certificates which we have issued to the learners during our training journey. And these are some of our recent engagements at IIT Roorkee for a data analytics using Minitab tool training for the research scholars and the faculties at IIT Roorkee. And this is a Power BI training at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. And it's a Skill Up final year program, which was exclusively curated for the final year students to support them on a 5-subject module, where we had the 240 plus hours of campus recruitment training with placement assistance, where coding skills, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal ability, soft skills, resume building, tips and techniques to ace the group discussion and personal interviews with it. And through this, the learner, while the learners were attending the program, it was jointly in collaboration with iHub Divya Sampark and ExcelR, wherein 5,200 plus students were eligible for this prestigious certificate. So for this program, we had close to 50,000 plus registration. Maximum registrations were from Andhra Pradesh. APSSDC also greatly contributed for the Skill Up final year program. These are some of the student development program and faculty development program which we have conducted in the last months. And now, without further ado, let me take you through today's student development program on ACE coding interviews, DSA mastery with Java. So on those lines, I would be privileged to honor the guests from academia and industry who have come for today's evening. So firstly, I would like to call upon Ms. Padmavathi M, Senior Manager, Early Careers, CN, who brings in a decade of rich experience across organizations like Control S, Vijay Electrical, Satyam Computers, and many others in roles playing as executive assistant, quality manager, HR professional, and currently she is serving as a senior manager, talent acquisition at CN. She leads early careers function overseeing campus hiring, internship, and young talent initiatives. So with her strong expertise in people operations, stakeholder management, and university relations, Ms. Padma plays a key role in building CIAN's next generation talent pipeline, and her deep insights make her valuable voice in early talent development and strategic talent acquisition. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Hey, thank you so much, Nitya.
And we would like to hear a few words from you, ma'am.
Sure. A very good evening to all, including the faculty, students, and whoever the guests who have been hosted here. So I'm Padma. As Nitya was mentioning, I just had over a decade years of experience in the various organizations with the various roles actually. So I just started my career with as a customer support executive, and then I'm now currently leading as a HR manager in Scient. Across India, I take care of all the early careers, including the internships, freshers recruitment, and also the trainee apprentice program, and many more. Okay, so it's great to see you all at the beginning of your journey with ExcelR. I'm sure that programs like this play a powerful role into shaping the students into the industry-ready professionals. Okay, not much. I mean, I'm sure that ExcelR does not just teach the tools and the practices onto the much into the technicality, but I'm sure it will also help you to learn the critical thinking, problem solving, communications, and also the teamwork, as Nitya was mentioning in her last slide. So these are all the exact qualities what companies look like, just not Scient. In fact, every other corporate look for early career talent, not with just the technical and also with the other skills of the problem solving and also the communication. So students who go through these structured development programs, including all these, would stand out from the day one. That's what I say. And many of our best hires from programs that integrate the industry insights into the academic training. So institutes like this, ExcelR plays a crucial role here. I'm sure that there must be so many institutes, but I'm sure that I would strongly recommend ExcelR to have you, in developing your career. because you, after post completion of the program here, you're not just academically qualified, but you're industry ready. Okay, just keep that in a strong way that you're not academically qualified, but also you're industry ready, that is ready for deployment in the jobs. Okay, as you begin this program, I just stay curious, stay engaged, and make your most of the every learning opportunity. And I'm sure that you're taking a significant step towards your successful career, and I wish you one and all very best. Thank you, and I again welcome you to the ExcelR. Thanks, Nitya.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It is really wonderful having you here and giving our learners a quick insight on the importance of this training program. That Thank you very much for the kind words.
Thank you.
So let me call upon our next dignitary for today's evening, Dr. B.B. Waphare, an eminent mathematician, brings in 32 years of teaching and 25 years of research expertise. Key academic roles across institutions like PVP College, COE, MAE, currently MIT ACSC Alandi, and he is the head of section, diploma program, and HOD of artificial intelligence and machine learning. He has completed a BCUD funded project and is presently leading a DAE funded major research project on pseudo differential type operators. He has around 135 research publications, numerous prestigious awards, and roles as a journal viewer and editorial board member. And he is widely recognized for his scholarly excellence and academic leadership. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. Uh, First of all, good evening to one and all present here on the occasion of this SDP program. At the outset, I would like to welcome, or rather, I will say, congratulations to ExcelR for giving this such a wonderful platform for the development of student. So basically, I am from a mathematician, as you are rightly introduced. I am working here since last more than 35 years, and especially more than 18 years at MIT Arts Commerce Science College, Alandi. Ours is a college called Myers MIT Arts Commerce and Science, Pune, and it is started in the year 2007. So I am proud to be an autonomous institution like MIT SCSC, which is offering a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs in computer science, management, cybersecurity, AI/ML, data science, animation, IT, etc. We're also having a one research center in mathematics. Our mission is to ensure the holistic development of students through excellence in academics, research, innovation, entrepreneurship, sports, and cultural activities. For the past 3 years, our collaboration with ExcelR has been a source of great value, and every day the learning initiative has kept our students and faculty continuously updated with emerging technologies, industries, practices, and the essential skills which are required. In today's dynamic professional world, skill development programs are indispensable. They bridge classroom learning with real world application, enhancing with technical expertise and soft skills such as communication, teamwork, and problem solving. These programs not only improve employability but also instill confidence, adaptability, and a mindset of lifelong learning. Emerging technologies as artificial intelligence and data analytics are reshaping education, making learning more interactive, personalized, and globally connected. Embracing these tools will prepare all the students to thrive in an increasingly competitive environment. Our partnership with ExcelR exemplifies the importance of academic industry collaboration. By assigning academic knowledge with industry expectation, it provides practical exposure, internships, live projects, and at the same time, it ensures that the learning remains relevant and impactful. As you embark on the journey, I encourage all the students, those who are present here, to stay curious, embrace new technologies, and participate wholeheartedly in programs designed by ExcelR for the growth of the students. This 30-hour course on DSA mastery with Java will certainly valuable for final year and pre-final year students, equipping you with the problem-solving skills, clean coding practices, and the confidence to excel in technical interviews. So once again, I am very much thankful for the ExcelR for giving me opportunity to put my thoughts on the occasion of this SDP. So thank you, and I wish you all a productive and inspiring session ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words and motivating the learners on the everyday learning platform. So let me call upon our next dignitary for today's evening, Dr. N. Haraprasad, Dean, IQAC, JSS Science and Technology University. He is Dean, Quality Assurance and Accreditation and Professor of Biotechnology at JSS STU Mysuru, and brings in 31 years of experience in teaching, research, and administration. His research spans medical biotechnology, metabolic disorders, plant pathology, antiviral compounds, biosimilars, with 47 publications to his credit. He's a strategic academic leader, served as the university's first deputy registrar, and contributed extensively to policy development and curriculum design, funded research projects. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Very good evening, Nithya. Thanks for the introduction. It has been an excellent journey associating with ExcelR, and the way ExcelR takes student and faculty development together at a very great pace, which is essential for the today's world. I'm proud to be associated with JSS Science and Technology University. The university, JSS Science and Technology University in Mysore, is a young university with a strong heritage and global outlook, which is established in 2016, and it is built on the illustrious legacy of Sri J. Chamarajendra College of Engineering, SJCE, which was founded in 1963. And today it functions from a 102-acre lush green campus in the heritage city of Mysore under the JSS Mahavidyapita and the guidance of Sattur Math. JSS Science and Technology University offers a very comprehensive portfolio of programs in engineering, science, and management. At the undergraduate level, there are 15 Bachelor of Engineering programs, and we also offer a Bachelor of Computer Applications for aspiring IT professionals and a Bachelor of Business Administration for future managers. At the postgraduate level, the university offers 13 MTech programs in advanced engineering specializations, Master of Computer Applications, 4 MBA specializations, including finance, retail management, and digital marketing. And these are complemented by 17 MSc programs across scientific disciplines, university-wide PhD programs in all departments, and focused certificate programs for specialized skill development. The quality is validated through national and international standards. The university and its programs are recognized and accredited by competent statutory and professional bodies, and the performance is regularly benchmarked through external ranking and rating frameworks, thus reflecting strong outcomes in teaching, learning, research, innovation, and outreach. This recognition reinforces the university's commitment to continuous improvement and global competitiveness. The research and innovation are central to the university's mission, and the thrust areas span advanced materials, sustainable infrastructure, water and environmental engineering, biotechnology, AI and data science, cybersecurity, automation, and smart manufacturing. This work is supported by state-of-the-art facilities such as Param High Performance Computer, Advanced Biotechnology Labs, CNC manufacturing centers, materials characterization facilities like SEM, XRD, and a dedicated science and technology entrepreneurs park, which has nurtured more than 150 entrepreneurs through their national flagships, incubation, and accelerator programs. JSS STU also has a vibrant network of collaborations. Internationally, it has partnered with universities and organizations in the USA, UK, South Africa, Africa, Russia, Malaysia, Korea, Japan, and Singapore for joint research, student and faculty exchange, and co-designed academic initiatives. Nationally, it works closely with leading Indian institutions and industries, including ISRO, IITs, IIM Bangalore, and major technology and engineering companies, ensuring that the students and researchers are exposed to real-world problems and cutting-edge solutions. With this blend of legacy, accredited quality, strong rankings, diverse programs, research intensity, and rich collaborations, JSA Science and Technology University is keen to build meaningful partnerships with international institutions in education, research, and innovation. The partnership with ExcelR for the past 4 years has enhanced the faculty and student capabilities in excelling in their professional development. All the very best for all the participants, and I appreciate the efforts of ExcelR towards developing the student capabilities and mapping the student capabilities to the existing requirements of the industry. Thank you. Thank you, Nitya, for this opportunity and collaborating with JSA Science and Technology University.
Thank you very much, sir. It was wonderful hearing about JSA Science and Technologies, amazing innovations and researches which are currently happening. Thank you very much for your kind words to our learners as well, sir.
Most welcome.
So let me call upon our next dignitary, Dr. K. Swapna, Principal of Nishita Degree College, highly qualified academic professional with an MBA, MCOM, and extensive research experience, including a PhD thesis on service quality in healthcare. She has 19 plus years of teaching and administrative experience, serving as principal, head of commerce and business management, and ACT criterion. In charge, guided 18 PhD scholars, of which 14 have been awarded. Strong research and professional engagement with multiple publications, seminars, workshops, FDPs, and contributions to the institutional development and women empowerment initiatives. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to one and all. I am Dr. Swapna, Principal of Nishita Degree College, Nizamabad, Telangana District. Telangana State. Ours is an autonomous college with accreditation of NAC by A grade. And I would like to express my congratulations for organizing 30-hour student development program on ACE coding interviews. That is a DSA mastery with Java. It's a great initiative, and we are very happy to partner with ExcelR, which is keen in conducting everyday learning to encourage students in reaching their goals. I express my sincere thanks to N. Haraprasad sir, Dr. Balasaheb, and the trainer Roshit. Good initiation for extending their knowledge and improving their goal and make a successful career. This certification programs definitely make a big difference between the students who are engaging in this 30 hours program. Really, it's a very wonderful opportunity for the students, and at a very flexible time, that is without disturbed in the academic or a curriculum activities. The timings are also from 7 to 9. That is a very good thing, because most of the students may be feeling difficult to attend this program, but the timing is also very good, ma'am. Thank you for arranging this or organizing this program, and we are very happy to be associated with the ExcelR team. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much, and we are looking forward to have great programs like this, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We are extremely honored
Thank you, Nitya.
for having everyday learning program with different emerging technology programs. So it was nice having you here, ma'am, for today's evening. So let me now introduce the learners, introduce our subject matter expert, Mr. Roshit Rao Kuchedi, Java full stack trainer, experienced in Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate, REST API, microservices, front-end technologies, with a strong ability to simplify complex concepts through practical project-based learning. He has a track record in enabling the trainees to build full-stack application strengthen industry relevant skills, and secure professional opportunities through structured, hands-on, and interactive training programs. He has proven mentoring expertise, having trained students across multiple institutions and platforms, including Accenture, Inlustro Learning, Cantilever Labs, and many more. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Roshit.
Yeah, hi Nitya. Thank you for introducing me. So I feel so enthusiastic seeing many participants in the session from all the part of India, and I feel glad that you will learn something from here. So basically, we are going to set up a foundation correct here. So we are going to go into the coding abilities. We are going to test our coding abilities. We are going to write our we're going to do our assignments, and we are going to go about the ability on the DSA part. And let's continue the learning. So we will go further in the session. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Nitya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roshit. So, learners, please uh, wait where we will just have a quick LMS walkthrough and then we will reconnect you to the trainer. So, we have our LMS expert, Mr. Amar Shivate, who will give you the complete LMS walkthrough. Over to you, Amar.
So, dear participants, once again, a very good evening and warm welcome to the SDP on Java. So, let's start with the LMS KT session. Before that, the Zoom participants and YouTube participants, I would like to take the quick confirmation that my voice is clear and you're able to hear me properly. I am seeing both the chats, Zoom and YouTube. Quick confirmation, guys. Yes, so whole batch participants are raising the hand. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay, super. Thank you all. So let's start with the LMS KT session. So, dear writing minds, as you know that LMS is something from where you will get the all e-learning content. However, you join for the live session, but in the future, if you want to record the recordings of the session, or you're looking for the material of the session, or you want to submit the assessment. So all these things are going to be available over the LMS portal, right? So how to access the LMS portal? That is one important thing. If you register successfully at that time, it's already automated and you receive another email with its details with the subject LMS portal account details by ExcelR. And in this, we mentioned the portal link, email address, that is nothing but your username and the password. So as a first time user, you will receive these details as a system generated password. But if you attended any previous program under our EDL or any internship program or project program under ExcelR, so in that scenario, you will receive only one email, that is a welcome email. Okay. Such kind of the email, a welcome email you will receive. So let's proceed that by using these details, I'm going to do a sign in. And if you're not having these details, and if you already attended any program, no need to worry. I will show you how you're able to forget the password and you're able to do the login, right? So let me reshare the screen and we'll directly go through the LMS portal, okay? So this is the one web page, okay, the Chrome page. This is completely blank here, right? So what I'm doing, what's my LMS URL? mylearning.excelr.com. So dear participants, on a daily basis, we are using the different web applications, portals, right? In our college or daily, if you want to open the Gmail on your Chrome, what you will do, you will simply search gmail.com, right? Or if you want to order something, you will type as amazon.com from Amazon and you will do the sign-in process and you will order by adding the details. Similarly, our ExcelR LMS URL is mylearning.excelr.com. And by clicking on that, you will land here on this page. And here you are able to see, first of all, different products. And you can check here, create account and existing user login option, right? So in all products, you can see some app long-term internship. So this is for the AP students, those who are going to the internship under the AppShare government, then NASCOM and Swayam Plus. So these are the courses which are available and which is approved credit-based courses from the NASCOM and Swayam Plus. Here, So it's available onto the product. So you can check whenever you will be available, even whenever you will be having a time. But let's proceed with the login. Okay, so you can check here on the top hand right side, you are able to see the existing user login. Once you click on that, now as I already logged in many times, so it's in suggestion and I save onto the Google, right? But here you have to provide your login credentials, email address, a username, and the password. Okay, so as I said that, if you're a second time user and if you're not remembering the password, so you can use the forgot your password option. So you will get one option. You can provide your mail ID, and after providing the mail ID, click on send instruction, and you have to forward the password and follow the same steps whatever we are discussing now. Correct? But those who are first time users, so simply they have to use the email address, the password, and then to click on sign in. Okay, so so we are here for a Java program, right? If I click on a sign in, two things will happen, right? So it will take me through the dashboard, or else it will give me the error that password is wrong, email address is wrong, something like that, right? So in that scenario, you can forward the password, and if it's going to take you through the dashboard, then well and truly not required to do anything. Yes, so while showcasing the email, I said that the system generated password is there and it's little bit lengthy, right? So you can utilize the option to update the password from the dashboard itself, right? Here you can check you have profile option, click on that, click on setting, you can set up your profile, and here you have option to update your password, right? So you can just tap that password here, confirm the same password. Once the both passwords are going to match, the update password button will be enabled, right? And done. So from here, you can easily update the password. So fill these details, click on update the password, and done. So here you can check the back to home page, community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history. Lots of things are there. So for now, you're not required to do anything with the community. Coming to the leaderboard. So leaderboard is a concept of hacker rank, right? Like lead code or hacker rank, we used to do coding and we'll get some XPs that, okay, so you perform the well, so this is your XPs and your account will grow like that. So same scenario, ExcelR also taking the different tests, coding test, not only be like a DSA test, but the interactive coding test like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, then DSA with Java, Python, C, C++, not that also, adding to that, then SQL, right? So whenever you guys are going to submit the test from the LMS portal, or you're going to do some practice, so at that time, this XPs will be increasing and it will be showcased at all time this month, this week, today. So this is visible for all. This is nothing but a topper of the ExcelRs. So let me go back. Below the leaderboard, we have dashboard. So this is a very important tab for us. So listen carefully. So you are able to see the live session today, right? And in that, you have SDP on S coding interviews, DSA master with Java day 1. Today is the day 1, 1st December. Our session is running from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. right? So I have to join session at all. So we're not required to run here and there. You're not required to message somebody that I not received the link how to join today's session like that, right? You have LMS access. You have everything in your hand. Simply you have to join from the LMS portal. So let's suppose that I'm going to join today's session, right? I'm clicking here and I will get the two links. First link on a Zoom and second is on YouTube. Okay, so if you want to join the session via Zoom, you can use this option. If you are going to join the session via YouTube, you can utilize this option. Okay, so YouTube participants, whatever the interactions are happening over the Zoom, whatever the links are going to be shared, whatever the queries and questions you have, each and everything will be taken care from our team. Okay, clear? So this is how you can join the session. One more thing, just clicking on mark as present will not mark your presenting. So I will explain about that because last time a couple of you asked me that I clicked on mark as present. So just coming and clicking will not mark. Okay, so now let me go back. Now I joined today's session, but tomorrow I want to access the material, I want to see the recording, or I want to submit my attendance. So how to do that? If you scroll down, you can see for me it's 86 enrolled courses. As I'm a member of ExcelR, I have a couple of courses already added on my dashboard. But For you, if you attended 1 or 2 programs, so that programs are available here. And if you registered first time, that one program will be available here. So let's search for this program. So you can check here. Here is the SDP on Java. I'm clicking on that course and you can check agenda, attendance and feedback, live session, session recordings and material. So dear students and faculty members, whatever we are going to learn in this particular training program for next 15 days and 30 hours. So the day wise agenda is available here. So you can go through that. Even whenever you are going to come for the class, definitely it will be helpful for you that you will get to know that, okay, so today I'm going to learn this point, right? So this agenda is available with you. Let me zoom a little bit. So you will get that. Yes. You can check here, day 1 to day 15, the agenda is available here. Below the agenda, you have attendance and feedback link. So this is the again one important part. You can check here, there is one link. You can click on that. From here, you have to submit your attendance and feedback. So the importance of the submitting this form, that 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation from the team of ExcelR. First point. Okay. And second point, make sure that you are using the same mail ID throughout the all 15 days. Okay. So if you're going to use the multiple mail IDs, that will be problematic for you. Clear? And this link, the third point, this link will be active in between 8:30 to 9:30. That is only for 1 hour. Now, I know that what counter question you guys are going to ask me, that sir, link will be active in between 8:30 to 9:30. Today, I'm not able to sign in, or I registered but not received the mail. Something is happening with my mail or something. So no need to worry. On a Zoom and YouTube, the link will be shared by 8:30. So no need to worry, but just don't start posting from 8:20, 8:15, sir, link, right? So this will create a disturbance in the class. So 8:30, you will get the link, click on that, take a 30 seconds, submit the form. That's it. And provide the real-time feedback about the session. Clear? Let me go back onto the dashboard again. And here, live session, which I already explained how you are going to join. We're done with the agenda, attendance, live session, no session recordings. So here you will get the session recording, a day-wise session recording from day 1 to day 15. It will be available in the same scenario, and the material. So as of now, there is no any material, but whatever the material sir going to use for the next 15 days, that will be available over the LMS portal. Okay, so that's all from my side. Now I will just take 1 or 2 minutes. If you have any query or question, post into the chat box. If not, then mention the clear and we'll start with the class. Sir, I enrolled the course. I got the LMS mail, but the dashboard, the course is not visible. Okay, no worries, Pravalika. We'll check on the same. Okay. Yes, so in the future, now it's almost 7:40. So I also know that you guys are waiting to start the session, right? So without wasting too much time, if you're having any queries, keep posting in the chat box. Our team will take care of that. In the future, if you're going to face any difficulties with the LMS or certification, anything, you can feel free to reach out to us via edl@excelr.com. Our team will help you. Okay. So thank you so much for patiently listening me. Thanks. And Nityama, over to you.
Thank you very much, Amar, for a quick walkthrough on the LMS. Now let me hand over the session to Mr. Roshit. Over to you, Mr. Roshit.
Sure, Nitya, thank you.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. So very good evening, students. How are you all doing? Can I get a quick heads up from everyone in the chat box? Good evening. Okay. Vishlini, Kartikeyan. Okay. So welcome to the first session on coding interviews with the DSA. Okay. So as Nitya discussed, we will be going through DSA on 30 hours course. Okay. So we'll be as said, so as already informed, we'll be going to the DSA, that is nothing but data structures and algorithms. Okay, data structures and algorithms throughout the 15 days. Okay, so if you can see here, the TOC as well as already Hammer discussed. Yeah. So on the day one, we'll be moving with the today, that is we'll be moving with data structures overview, understanding time and space complexity, which is big O notation, big theta notation, big omega notation. Okay, and then we'll discuss some basic problems as an answer. So loops, how to write loops, how to write logic, how to write your conditional statements, how to write the basic programs on logics, and then we'll also move with the pattern based problems. Okay, and then on day two, we'll be moving with the easy level array problems as well as medium level, and we'll also touch the standard common patterns in arrays. Okay, which is Kadanes algorithm, two sum, three sum, four sum. Okay, and then we'll also touch the Pascal triangle, the standard problems, and we'll also jump into the array odd level problems. Okay, so on day three, we'll be moving with the array odd level problems along with searching and sorting. Okay, we will go with the sorting algorithms, the standard sorting algorithms, along with the sorting problems as well. Okay, sorting lead code based problems as well. So then we'll also be moving with the binary search based problems. Okay, so we'll be discussing the algorithm along with the related lead code problems. Okay, so then we'll have a discussion on bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort on the day three. Okay, then on the day four, we'll be moving with the string based medium level problems along with the recursion based problems. We'll have a touch on the recursion along with the recursion based problems. So this day four is so important that if you have understood the day four well, this recursion concept along with the recursion based problems well, then day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10 until day 15, it will be too easier like a cakewalk for you if you are clear with the recursion part. But if you are not clear with the recursion part here, then day 5, day 6, day 7, somewhat you need to it will be a bit difficult. It will be not so much difficult, but it will be difficult for you in the next session. So day 4 is so important that we'll discuss the recursion, because all coding, all lead code problems are all your algorithms, your data structures and algorithms depend upon your recursion concept itself, until graphs, until DP depends upon your recursion concept itself. Your greedy algorithm or your dynamic programming or your sorting, searching, or your linked list implementation, stack implementation, queue implementation. Yes, these all will go under the recursion itself. Okay, and then we'll be moving with the quick and merge sort. Okay, on day 5, and then we'll discuss sorting based medium level problems along with the in place sorting, which is mostly asked in every interview. In every product based interview, in place sorting based problems will be mostly asked. So we'll also discuss on day 5, and then we'll do these patterns, sliding window and two-pointer pattern based problems as well. Okay, and then on day 6 we'll discuss the linked list, implementation of your linked list, node creation and manipulation of your linked list. So basically insertion, updation, deletion, or insertion in the middle, insertion at the last, insertion at the front, we'll discuss the thing in the day 6, and then we'll also discuss the standard problems in linked list, because there is not much things will be asked in the linked list. Only the standard problems will be asked, like a reversing a linked list, or like detecting a loop in the linked list. Okay, so you're able to hear me, right? Nitya, is my voice clear, right?
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear. No issues.
Okay. So we'll be discussing detecting a loop, or reversing a linked list, or merging the sorted linked list on the day 6. Okay, the standard problems on the linked list, and then we'll move with the stack. So stack implementation, stack traversals, monotonic stack, and easy and medium level problems on stack as well on day 7. And then we'll discuss the like stack traversals, post and infix conversions, expressions, those based problems, and then we'll jump into the queue on day 8. On day 9, we'll be discussing the hashing based problems. Okay, so we'll discuss how is the famous problem that will be asked in every interview, that how the hashing implementation works, or how it is handled internally. We'll discuss that internal handling, along with we'll also implement that, and then we'll discuss easy and medium level problems, and then we'll jump into the heap based problems. Okay, and then on day 10, we'll be jumping into the backtracking and greedy based problems, and then we'll have a revision on linear data structures. At this point, the linear data structures will be completed until day 10, and then we'll move into the non-linear data structure stuff, where we'll be jumping into our trees on day 11. Then we'll also discuss the binary search trees based problems on day 12, and then on day 13 we'll jump into the priority queues and then graphs, and then on day 14 we'll be discussing the graph based standard problems, and then we'll discuss the on day 15 dynamic programming standard problems. Okay, so if you can see, observe the syllabus is packed. Okay, so every day we'll be discussing a new things, new data structure, like because since this is all the syllabus that should be covered in like around it will take around, if you can practice on your own each day, each data structure, if you touch, if you do the easy level, medium level, hard level, those takes around 6 to 7 months. But here we are setting up a foundation on each day, on each data structure, and within this minimal time of 2 hours, I will be showing you the standard problems. I will be coding the standard problems itself, so that we'll have a set of foundation correct, so that you can go ahead with this foundation, and then you can practice more based on this, and then you can crack the interviews. So that is the main agenda of this program as well. Okay, so today, so like this, each and every day we have a data structure coming, the standard problems will be coming on each day. Okay, so the first thing, I need to cover this program effectively, or to make this program benefit for you, I need your support in attendance. Okay, so attending each and every class without a miss. Okay, all the 15 days, all the 30 hours program you are attending without without a miss of any session, because each session will be covering a it's a tight packed schedule. We are covering all the data structures in just 15 days, right? So in that case, definitely I need your cooperation on this attendance part. Each and every day you are attending the session, and you are listening carefully and with attentively, and you are practicing as well. Okay, and then I need your interaction in the chat box. Something is taught, and if I ask you whether you have understood, so I need a reply in the chat box, that if you are facing any issue, if suppose you're having any questions, you can directly ask it in the chat box. You can directly ask it in the chat box. I will be clearly seeing your chat box as well. Okay, so I need your interaction, I need your questions, and then I'll be giving you assignments after the session. I'll be discussing the standard problems in the session, and based on the standard problems, I will be posting some assignment links. I'll be posting some problem links. Okay, I'll be giving you some problem links. That problem links, you need to solve, you need to practice. Okay, you need to do those assignments. So based on the standard problems, I'll be giving the assignments what I have discussed. So make sure you are you're doing those assignments as well, so that the data structure will be clear somewhat, so that you can move forward. Okay, so how you should be learning is, suppose on first day I'm discussing some logical problems. Okay, some logical problems if I discuss on today, then you need to take out these logical problems, you need to practice the assignments for today. Okay, and once you have practiced with the assignments, once you have done with these logical problems, on day two you will come to the day two class, right? I will introduce arrays, like easy and medium level standard problems or odd problems, some algorithms I've discussed. You need to the assignments are also given on this part itself. The assignments are also given on this part itself. So now what you will be doing on the day two, you need to carry forward these logical problems as well. You need to again choose one of the other logical problem from here, and then you need to complete this arrays assignment as well. So I'll be choosing in such a way that, so first day, like suppose on the third day I'm discussing some sorting based algorithm. So what I will do, I will give in the assignment also all these three 3 days problem 3 days algorithms were covered. Like that I will decide and will give the assignment, so that if you do this assignment, the before 3 days the syllabus will also be covered. So like that I will plan, I will give you the assignment, so that I need your cooperation in completion of your assignment, so that you will get an understanding how you are. Okay, so I know the audience are from no background to some medium level background, so on the DSA. Okay, so what I'll be doing in this case, so I will start from scratch. Okay, so I'll be starting from the scratch. So if you can see the syllabus also, starting from loops, then till DP was there. So day wise, I will be covering from easy to the advanced level. So make sure you're attending each session and getting the most of this. Okay, so with no further ado, let me go ahead and start the today's agenda. Okay, so okay, so basically in today's session we'll be discussing first we'll move into the data structures part. Okay, why we require the data structures we'll discuss. Okay, and then we'll be discussing on time complexity, space complexity, and we'll see how we can calculate this time and space complexity. And then we'll be seeing the we'll be seeing loops, okay, loops and conditional statements. Okay, and then we'll be moving into the basic logical problems. Okay, basic logical loop based problems. And then I'll be giving an assignment. Okay, then I will wind up the session. For the next 1 hour, this will be the agenda of us. Okay, are we clear until this point? Yes. Can I get a kick heads up in the chat box? Are we clear until this point? I'm getting that. Okay. Okay. So, can I get a kick heads up in the chat box? Why I need data structure? Why I need data structure? Why I need data structure? Yes. Why I need data structure? Why it is needed? Why it is actually required? solving real world problem. Okay. I think the chat you are sending it to me, I guess. So because of that, I was getting in multiple tabs. Just send it to everyone. Okay. Just send it to everyone so that I'll be getting here itself. So while you're sending your chat, please send it to everyone so that I'll be getting in the same tab, I guess. Yeah. For managing data well. Okay. Okay. For managing data well. Okay. Correct. To arrange the data in simple ways to store and retrieve data efficiently. Okay. Okay. So basically, in the IT world, everything is data only, right? Everything is data only. Suppose you log in into your Instagram, you are logging into your Zoom. Your name is one data. You are attending one session. I am delivering some message over the voice. Yes, you are listening to it. That is also one data in Zoom application. Yes, it will decode it and it will send it to you, right? This voice transcription, what is there here, it will it will listen to the, like, it will transcript it and then it will send it to you. You are sending it some data over to me or the chat that store and retrieve the data efficiently, right? So
It's
that is also one
8 o'clock.
data. So in the IT world, everything that you log in from your wake up to, like, until you go to the sleep, what devices you're using, what applications you're using every day, each and every person is generating the data, right? Each and every person is generating the data. Basically, I will call that as application data, right? App data, right? So if that is an app application data, right? So this data, basically this data only will play a major role in the application, right? How, like, basically you're getting the data. So see, I'm getting multiple chat messages from multiple people, like over multiple tabs. But the multiple people were sending over to me over the chat. 69 people were sending over to me over the chat. But the thing is, only I'm able to see only one person here on the chat box, right? Means data is bombarded and nothing but data, like data is mixed, like it is like randomly it was sending. It is not organized. So only I asked you to send it to everyone so that I can see it in the same page. Why I'm asking that? Because if it is random like this, if a random, will I be able to see the chat messages? No, right? I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting the message also. In which tab I'm getting the latest message also. I will not be able to know it, right? Because it is coming in a random way. It is coming in a random way. There is no unified way to send the messages. There is no unified way to send the messages. The Zoom has put this in a new feature, I guess, that to each person, if I send the message, it will be coming in a new tab like a WhatsApp, like that. They have kept it like that way. So what I was asking you, to send it to everyone so that everyone can like, I can see it over the same or the same window, right? So like that kind of data should be organized. So basically, if the data is coming in random fashion, you'll not able to find the data afterwards. Once it is coming, if you wanted to retrieve it, it will be a major task for your application. Your application will be very slow, right? So because of that, what it should be having, it should be like, the data should be in an organized fashion. It should be in a organized fashion, and the data also should be secured, right? If someone is looting your data, then the business will go. The business will shut down directly, and they will also have a legal case on that particular application, because the data should be secured. It is a customer's data, right? So it should be organized. It should be secured as well, right? So basically, I need to organize the data. There is a large amounts of data every day they were generating, but I need to organize it. I need to organize it. How should I organize it? How should I organize it in the application? How should I organize it in the application? How should I organize it in the application? So basically organizing in the sense where I will organize in the application, with the help of DBMS, correct? We'll use a storage, right? We'll put all this data inside a storage, right? This is the secondary. Like basically you can use your hard disk also, or we can also use the DBMS, database management system. This is a secondary. But what is the like for processing? I'm asking for processing where you will store the data. Suppose in the DBMS there are like all the participants, all the Zoom participants data is there. I wanted to retrieve it. Then where I will be organizing in your computer memory. I can call that as RAM. Cache is advanced concept again. Okay. In the basically like primarily we will arrange it in the RAM for processing, right? For processing by your computer, we will arrange it inside a RAM, right? So in the RAM, how I will be storing my data in a variable format, right? In a variable format. Like basically, we'll be naming the locations what are there inside the RAM. We'll be naming the locations what were there. We'll divide into multiple containers, right? The whole data will be divided into multiple containers and it will be stored in the form of a variable, right? So like this, we'll store it in the variable and we will do that. If it is 1-2 data, we can store it in the variable. But if there are thousands of data, millions of data, how can I store it in the variable? Is it efficient way to store it inside the variable? I need to create thousands of variables, right? So is it efficient way? If I wanted to search also afterwards, if I wanted to do perform operations on this data also afterwards, it will be very hectic for me, right? To organize those variables, first of all, to create those many variables only is a hectic task for me, as well as I will not be able to do that also, right? So creation of millions of variables and finding those variable names, remembering those memory variable names, and decoding with that, processing with that, making a logic with that will be a hectic, very hectic task for me, right? So then what came after the variable? We have the array. Yes, array. So basically, what is an array? We are clubbing whatever there thousands of variables. We are writing it in a single variable, right? Here we are not able to remember all those thousand variable names. So because of that, what I am doing, I am going with a single name. Suppose array one or array two or like that. I am writing. I am putting some thousand spaces to it, right? I'm putting some thousand spaces to it so that all the data is pushed here so that I can remember this name here. This is also kind of variable only, memory location inside the RAM only, but it is of contiguous space locations, right? In the RAM, it will be a contiguous, means continuous locations will be allocated, right? And I can only arrange, as you said, similar data. Means if it is an integer, I can only put the integer data here. If this array is a float, I can only put the float data here. Like that, I can only put the same data type of collection, like of the similar data type, right? Of the similar data type of the same storage contiguous locations, I can only allocate within the array, right? Correct. So like this way we can also arrange. There is also another way to arrange the data, that is array. But this is also like this is also like if I wanted to traverse it, if I not traversing but contiguous memory allocation, right? So that is an issue in the case of array. What is the disadvantage of your array? I need contiguous locations, right? Suppose if I wanted to store thousand members data, then I need thousand space locations, right? Contiguous memory should be there, and it is of only single data type, right? Single data type is only allowed. So these were the disadvantages that were being provided by your array, right? So because of that, we have again there are like divided into multiple data structures again. So what is a data structure here? So basically we are storing the data somewhere so that we can access it efficiently. Okay. So we are storing the data somewhere so that we can access the data in the we are storing the data somewhere, in the sense in your computer RAM. We are storing the data for processing your data. We are storing it somewhere. That is only your RAM in your computer memory. We are dividing that into particular implementation. We are dividing that to store, because RAM is huge. RAM is huge in the sense while processing it is like huge for your program, right? It will be like, yeah, it will be a bit big only for your program, right? So for that reason, we are storing it in the your memory locations in the RAM. Okay, so there we are following multiple implementations according to your type. Okay, so if the data should be arranged in the program in such a way that it should be accessed effectively. Suppose like your books are there. Suppose your books are there, that like your list of books. Suppose you have your inter books, you have your BTech books, you have your 10th class books, you have your school books as well. So what you're doing, if you're randomly putting all the books in yourself. If I wanted to get the now, I wanted to get 8th class maths book. Will you be able to fetch it immediately? Is it possible? Suppose you are putting all the books like randomly, you are arranging. Is it possible to fetch at that time? No, right? Definitely, it is a no. You require some time. You require some 30 minutes of time to fetch that book, right? Suppose if you are going with again first class English book, then definitely the data, if it is if you're running the books in such a way, then definitely you'll not be able to find it out easily, right? But if suppose I'm making a self for each one, I'm making a self for each one, like first one, like this self is for your inter books, inter first year and inter second year, then this is for your BTech first year, like that I am mixing it. In this also I'm making some making some primary secondary cells, like for mass books, mass notebooks and test books, everything for one primary cell from one one division. This is for another division, this is for another division I'm setting. Now I wanted to get the second year mass 1D book or your physics book. Then what will happen? Will I be able to get that book easily or not? Get that book easily or not? Definitely yes, because definitely if you're storing it easily, like with some if you are storing it effectively in other than a random way, if you are making into divisions and if you're making into cells, it will be a bit easier for you, right? Usually you can get it up. Easily you can update it also. Suppose if you wanted to update to the latest book, then you can update it easily also. Like you can get that book easily. I can quote it as read in terms of technical terms, right? And then if you wanted to update, also it will be done easily. If you want to add another book also, it will be easier. And if you want to delete that book also, if you wanted to give to someone, you give to your friend, then if you wanted to delete this book also, it will be easier. Basically, the CRUD operations will be little easier when you arrange the data effectively. Okay, you arrange the data effectively and then you will be performing better in all these operations, right? You'll be performing better. You can get it in easy of minutes, seconds to minutes, right? In the same way, there is a vast amount of data in our application also. In our application also, there is a vast amount of data. If we store it randomly, our application will be like us only. How we search it for 1 hour, 30 minutes like that. So we took the time for getting that particular mass book of your 8th class. In the same way, your application will also be taking a time for it. It will be slower. So what you need to do, you need to store those data effectively and efficiently within the computer RAM. So for that, we have a different data structures for that. Okay, so we have a linear data structures, we have a non-linear data structures based on the storage, how we will store. So here how I am storing in the books, how I am storing. So basically I'm using a shelf. I'm using again divisions as well. I'm using again divisions as well. So I'm following certain implementation, like division based implementation I'm following. In the same way for storing your data also, for storing your data into your computer RAM also, there is some fashion you will follow. There is some technique you will follow. That only I will divide it into two terms, that is linear and non-linear. In the case of linear, how you will store the data? How you will store the data in the case of your linear? In a sequential order, correct, Nisarga? So you're storing the data in a sequential order. You're storing the data in a sequence. So basically, one by one data you will store. One by one data you will store. One after the another you will store in an orderly fashion. That is nothing but the linear way. Non-linear in the sense, so where you will store it in a hierarchical fashion, where one node is connected to multiple nodes. One node is connected to multiple nodes or multiple branches. Like this, you'll connect it in a orderly fashion, like a network. Same, correct. Like your internet network or your computer system networks, like your Wi-Fi networks, right? Like that, you will store it in a hierarchical fashion, like in a connected way, like in a connected way. So in the linear, you have your arrays, you have your arrays, you have your linked list. Okay, you have your linked list, you have your stacks, you have your queues. This is in your linear data structures, right? You have your arrays, linked lists, stacks, and queues. Whereas in non-linear data structures, you have your trees and graphs. Trees and graphs, you have your heaps as well. You have your heaps as well. And we have our tries also. Tries also comes under your non-linear data structures itself. Okay, so basically we are dividing our fashion, we have your technique of storing your organizing a large amounts of data in the application, so that what will happen means the application will perform better, application will perform in an optimized way, or the application performance will increase. Okay, at the end of the day, we are called as software developers. Is we are like basically we are aiming for software development, right? We are aiming as software developers, or we are called as software developers. Whoever write the code, they are called as software developers, right? Whoever write the code, are they called as software developers or application developers? Yes or no? Can I get a quick heads up? Definitely yes, right? So who writes the code? Even he may be employed or unemployed. Who writes the code in my terms is an application developer. He is in a student only. He is a student. Then he is also called as application developer because he is writing the code, right or not? See, if he writes a single statement, also is called as an application developer or software developer, right? So, 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 okay, we are called as software developer. We are writing the code, but why the company, like your organization, like your Google or Microsoft or Apple, these kind of organizations, why they need software developers with the DSA? Why they will need software developers with the DSA? Efficiency, focus, and focus on space and time complexity, logical thinking, correct? Logical thinking, correct? Manage huge amount of data, okay? Problem solving to use the space efficiently, correct? To manage logical efficiently, problem solving, logical thinking, correct? Reducing the space and time, correct? Okay, okay. Any other answers? Managing the big data set and uses data mining for research, okay? Building strong foundation for coding, problem solving, sir. Minimized effort, strategical solutions, okay? Okay. Optical solving, building simple logics. See, like I am very happy. You are generating multiple responses. Like an AI, you are generating the responses. See, one response is also not matching with other. Good, very good case. To store data in a structured format, logical thinking, strategical thinking. Strategical thinking. Okay, to tackle real world problems. Correct? Correct. So basically, because as a product based company using data as a weapon, right? Correct. Because these Google, or if you go with Microsoft, or if you go with your Apple, they are deploying, you go with Amazon as well, they have their separate data centers, they have their They have their separate data centers. Data centers in the sense they own their own servers. These servers will only process their data. They'll be deployed. There are many applications over here. Like we cannot yes, Silicon Valley dominance. Yes. So basically, we cannot if we wake up and if we go to our sleep in that particular day, how many times we open the Gmail, how many times we open the Google, how many times we open Amazon, or how many times we open your Flipkart. There are many times, right? Many times we open those applications, and many like today, like will the search match? Today I'm searching something like today what is the cricket score of today. Tomorrow I will search what is this movie review. The other day I will go to Reddit. Different data I will generate. So the data should be stored in, like the data should, yeah, like every search, like with the search time will differ for each search. For each new search it will take some time. No, right? All the searches will be taking the similar time, right? If you take any question also, any question you ask also, all the searches will be taking the similar time. Means see how they are storing the data within the database or within their storage systems. How they are processing the data what they were storing, that large amounts of data in within a fraction of seconds. So for that reason, they need the developers who can do the problems well, who can solve these organization problems well, basically. Okay, organization problems. Basically, they need the developers who can use data structures and they can solve the problems by using them so that they can store their data efficiently, and so basically they can process their data, large amounts of data efficiently within their logic, effectively within their logic. So because of that reason only, all the companies are now moving into the DSA only. They were not even asking what is a variable now, what is a if condition now, or what is a for loop now. They were just asking whether you can solve the problem. They are giving input and output, how you can optimize it. Or the system is lacking 1 million requests are coming to this system, how you can improve the performance of the system. Or how you can manage the how you can manage the flow there or the drama there, right? So like this like this you're getting like this they were concentrating now, because if we have the efficient if we have the developers who understand the system, who understand the product well, who understand the problem solving, you can do the problem solving using data structures, then they can understand the system well also, so that they can do much problems, they can solve much problems within their organization as well. So like that they are thinking, and they are only keeping the DSA interviews now. They are only keeping the DSA interviews now. Yes. So that's the way. Because of that, now the DSA is booming in the market. Okay, so two things apart. So basically, like we have our linear data structures. Coming to your topic back, we have our linear data structures. We have our non-linear data structures. So basically, we have our arrays, linked list, stacks, and queues. And then in non-linear data structures, we have your trees, graphs, heaps, and tries. Okay, so arrays, how you will store the data in a contiguous fashion. What is the disadvantage? We are told that it will occupy only the, like only one data type can be stored, right? Then linked list. Linked list, how the data will be stored fast? How the data in the stored? Is it a contiguous fashion? Contiguous fashion? No, it is not in a contiguous fashion. In the memory I'm talking about. In the memory I'm talking about. It is in the sequence only. But the thing is, in the memory perspective, how it will be? It will be in a random, right? It will be in a random itself, right? So one data, if your one node is here, and then the other node can be anywhere within the RAM, but they can be connected through a link. They can be connected through a link through the address, right? So basically, each node is divided into two parts, right? First one is your data part. Second one is your address part, right? In the same way, you're also, like, you have your data part, you have your address part. So like this, in the contiguous fashion, in the sequence only it will store, but in the memory perspective, it will not be contiguous. Okay. So basically, we have our singly linked list, we have your doubly linked list, we have your circular linked list, right? You have your circular linked list. So singly linked list, how the data will be stored, it will be divided into only two nodes and one node is connected to other. Whereas in the doubly linked list, in the both way the nodes will be connected. So each node will be divided into three parts. Each node will be divided into three parts, right? Each node will be divided into three parts. So then you have your data part, you have your previous part, you have your next part. Next in the sense next address. Then previous address will be null in this case. Here it will be pointing to here. So this is nothing but a doubly linked list, right? Doubly linked list. Here next will be pointing to the null. Okay. So this is your doubly linked list, and then we have our circular linked list. Circular linked list in the sense the last node will be connected to the first node. Here it will not be pointing to the null. It will be the last node will be pointing to the first node. So this is your circular linked list. Okay. This implementation we'll see on the day 3 or 4 or 5. Okay. Then we have our stack. Here our another implementation, that is stack. So what is the stack functionality? Last in, first out, right? So who comes last? A pile of books. If you're arranging into divisions, a pile of books, if you're arranging, then which book is inserted in the first will be inserted at the which book will insert the first will be deleted also last itself, like your LeFo data structure, last in, first out, right? So you have your stack. So your insertion operation, I can call that as push. Deletion operation, I can call that as pop, right? And then we have our queue. How the queue will be arranged? FIFO, right? FIFO, right? So first in, first out, or last in, last out, right? So basically, you have the data will be arranged in the array format, you can think it of, and then the insertion will be done from rear end, and the deletion will be done from your front end. So from one end the insertion will happen, the other end the deletion will happen. Okay, so this is nothing but NQ operation, this is nothing but DQ operation. So that will be a queue, right? Correct. And then you have your these are your linear data structures. So basically, linked list, stack, and queues are your linear data structures along with arrays. Okay, and then we have our non-linear data structures. What were there? We have our trees. So here, if you observe, one node is connected to other node only. Okay, one node is connected to one another node only. But in the case of your trees, the one node will be connected to the many other nodes. You can connect into many other nodes as well. Like you can connect into multiple nodes as in hierarchical way. In the case of your trees. Okay. So where with this one is nothing but your root node, and then you have your parent node, you have your children. Like that, we'll denote the terminologies. We'll discuss that. Okay. Then you have your graphs. So we will be creating your graph. So basically in a like in a square format, like a direction way. You can vertices along with edges. You'll have these are your vertices, these are your edges. Okay. So basically your Google Maps or your Apple Maps work based on this only, right? How efficient it will also predict your traffic, right? Which location you can go, your Uber, your Ola, those all apps are depending upon your shortest distance, right? Correct. So based on the graphs itself. Okay. And then we have the heaps, same like your graphs itself. Yes. So same, it's a part of a tree. Okay. So it's a part of your tree itself. So in this trees also you have your binary search tree, right? You have your binary search tree. There are different trees, binary search trees. Yes. AVL trees, correct. So that all trees will discussed while we are discussing our trees, right? Correct. Correct. So yes, B trees. Yes, those red black trees. Yes, correct. Price. Yes. So those are all the different formats, different implementation of your trees. Okay, different implementation of your trees. So I can call all these data structures as also in technical terms as abstract data types as well. Abstract data types also. Okay, because see, in trees only I can call this term as trees, but how many ways you are implementing in these trees? How many ways you are implementing? You only said 4 5 types: BST, AVL, red black, right? Red black technique also you can use. You can use your heap, min heap, max heap. You can use it as a trice. Yes. So different implementations you are going with the abstract type, that is trees. Abstract data type, that is trees. Yes. Second, whereas if you can see stack, if you can see this stack can be implemented using linked list also. It can be implemented using your arrays also. It can also be implemented by your queue also, right? So the abstract data type is stack only, but the thing is you can implement it in either ways, right? Your queues also you can implement using linked list or your your stack or your array, right? In the same way, if you go with the linked list, how many implementations are there? You have your singly, doubly, and your circular linked list, like different implementations are there, right? So then if you go to your arrays also, you can represent it in singular array, or you can also go with the 2D dimensional array, right? So like the different implementations were there for each type. So I can call all these linear data structures as one type, or nonlinear data structures as one type. There are I can call this as abstract types also, abstract data types also. Okay, abstract data types also, and there are many implementations for each type, right? We can implement in many ways. So I can call this as abstract data types also. Are we clear until this point? Are we clear until this point? There is a single best data structure. The best choice depends on the specific problem. I'm coming to that point. iPhone. You don't have your name, iPhone? Yes, I'm coming to that point. Okay. So like that, there is no single data structure. Like I'm coming to that point. Okay. So these are nothing but your data structures overview, like that multiple data structures were there, right? So from where, why data structures to how many data structures were there, and what are there, right? Now, now, now. Okay, sir, you said multiple data structures. Multiple data structures were there. You said like linear, non-linear, all the data structures were there. You said, sir, you can arrange in this fashion, you can arrange in that fashion, like an overview, like a theory format you have explained, sir. But which data structure is can be used in which case, sir? Like what I can use anything, sir, anything I know, sir, or what data structure I should use, sir? These many are there, no, sir. I'm confused, sir, now. Which to use which? Which to use which is confusing for me, sir. Okay, which to use which is confusing for me, sir. In this data structures, what can I use? What I'm not knowing, sir. Or which should I use, sir? Or all should I use, sir? Like that, you have your doubts, right? So basically, I can also cannot tell which data structure is best. Either trees or either heaps, or linear or non-linear or your arrays. Which data structure is there? I can also cannot guess. So if someone asks you which data structure is popular, what should I learn? No, no answer. Because this which data structure you should implement, that comes based on your scenario itself, based on your application scenario. Suppose your app is getting only one two requests. Your app is getting only one two requests where you are storing a predefined data. where you're storing like processing a predefined data, then you can use a linear data structure. Then you can use any of the linear data structure, which you know. Suppose if your traffic is too high, or if you wanted to find some shortest path within the traffic, or all the requests are like kind of mass request only, they wanted to move from one destination to other, they wanted to see where the traffic is, that request only, then definitely nonlinear will give you the performance better. Your graphs basically over trees, graphs, right? So like that. So different cases, different data structures, right? Different scenarios, you should decide which data structure is efficient. So for one scenario, the other data structure will not be efficient. So for suppose you wanted to find the minimum shortest path within your maps, then trees won't be that much efficient. Trees is just 50% efficient, whereas your graphs will be 100% efficient in that case. So like that, depend upon your scenarios, you need to choose your data structure, and that comes with experience itself. And that comes with experience of our data structures only. Okay, that comes with much experience, practice. Okay, that comes with much experience, practice over this, and hold on your algorithms. You should have a great hold on your algorithms. That great hold, how you will get over algorithms, sir, if you ask me, that comes to practice itself. That comes to practice itself. Okay. And majorly, it will depend upon your practice, how many problems you solve, how many data structures you interact daily, or how many data structures you use to solve the problem. So based on this, you should be able to do that. But how you can decide, sir? How you can decide? How you can, if you're practicing also, how you can know which is efficient? How you can measure that? Something should be there, right? Which is efficient to measure it. You should be knowing this is efficient, or this. You should be able to measure it. How you can measure, sir? So for that measure, you should do the analysis of that algorithm. You should do the analysis of that algorithm. Am I audible, guys? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So based on that, like you should do the analysis of that algorithm. So based on the analysis of your algorithm, you can decide which data structure is efficient for your case. Which data structure is efficient for your case, right? So basically, how you can do the analysis, sir? How you can do the analysis, sir? If you ask me, the term only, that analysis of your algorithm. Algorithm. What is an algorithm, guys? What is an algorithm? Basically, if you're writing a step by step, like any program, I can call that as an algorithm only, because like it's like a recipe for your problem solving, for your solving before solving some problem, or you're writing some logic. It is a kind of your recipe for writing that logic. Okay, it's a kind of a recipe for writing your logic, a step by step procedure for solving your problem, or it is also called as a problem, or it is also called as a program. Right? You can also call that as pseudocode as well, the implementation part of your algorithm. Okay, so like this, you need to do your analysis of your algorithm to get hold on your data structure, which is efficient or which is not efficient, if you wanted to see. Okay, so for that, what you'll be doing, you'll be going with the asymptotic analysis. Asymptotic analysis of your algorithm you should do. The term I will call that as asymptotic analysis. So how you will measure this analysis, how you can do the analysis, if you can ask me, you can do it using the time complexity. You can use it using the space complexity. Time complexity, space complexity. What is time complexity, if you ask me? Time complexity in the sense, so basically the amount of time your program or your algorithm is taking based on your input. Based on your input, how much time it is taking to execute. How much time it is taking to execute. Whereas your space complexity, basically based on your input, how much space, based on your input, how much space your algorithm is taking. That is again the space complexity. Okay, so the amount of time taken by your program, taken by your algorithm based on your input, that is time complexity, whereas space complexity in the sense based on your input, how much space your algorithm is taking, that is your space complexity. Okay, so how you can measure this time complexity or space complexity? You can measure it using your asymptotic analysis. Basically, we have your big O notation. Okay, you have your theta notation, you have your omega notation as well. Okay, you have your big O notation, theta notation, omega notation as well. Basically, what is this asymptotic analysis tells means you can range this input from 0 to infinity. You can range this input from 0 to infinity. So suppose if you're giving 0 inputs, how much time the algorithm is taking. If you're giving 1 input, how much time the algorithm is taking. That will be like this theta notation, you will measure it using the best case. Best case in the sense if you're giving 1 input, how much time it is taking. If you're giving 2 inputs, how much time it is taking. Whereas this theta, this big O notation will decide worst case. Okay, worst case means worst case in the sense for if you're going infinity, suppose 100 inputs, 1000 inputs, 1 million inputs, how much time it is taking is divided by your big O notation. And then omega notation is nothing but between your worst case and your best case. Basically, you can quote it as middle case. Okay, you can quote it as middle case, or I can also call it as average case. So I not long input or not short input, medium input. So that I can call that as average case. So mostly this is like this we will denote this time and space complexity. Okay, we'll denote this time and space complexity. Mostly we will use the big O notation only. Mostly we'll be using the big O notation to denote our program, to denote our algorithm. Okay, to analyze our algorithm. The worst case only will take it in every case. Will not as best case, will not as middle case also. The worst case at infinity input, how your program is performing is I want. That is been needed by your product-based companies also. Okay, the worst case, how your program is performing, how you can optimize this, how you can optimize this worst case to best case or average case at least. So majorly we'll be going with the big O notation itself. Okay, big O notation itself. Are we clear until this point? Are we clear until this point? Okay. Okay. So like this, using the big O notation, you can measure the algorithm analysis. But one question before moving into the measurement of your algorithm, okay, measuring your algorithms, how you can measure it, what you can do to measure your algorithms in time and space complexities in big notation. Before that, I will give one. I have one doubt. Suppose in my system is some 4 GB and some 1 TB of hard disk. Okay, my office laptop is some 12 GB RAM and it is of 2 TB of hard disk. Okay, my system is 4 GB and 1 TB of hard disk. My office laptop is some 12 GB and 12 GB RAM and 2 TB of hard disk. Okay. So now what I will do, I will make a request. I will make a Google request. So I wanted to know the current weather. Okay. Current weather I wanted to know. What I will do, I will go to the Google and I will search current weather. Okay. So I'm searching it on my laptop, which is of less configuration. Okay, less configuration. Whereas I will move again and I will search it in the I will search it in my office laptop also, the same thing. Okay. Now tell me whether any speed will decrease here on my laptop. Speed will be decreased on my laptop since it is a less configuration to get the current weather, where I will get so soon within fraction of seconds here in on my office laptop. On my office laptop. Is it so within like suppose it is like this, like suppose this will take some 2 minutes, since this is less configuration, then this will take only 2 seconds. Is it like that? Is it like that? Is it like that? No, no, no. It is not. No, it is not like that. Suppose if I wanted to go, if I open an Amazon website, okay, if I open Amazon website here on 4 GB laptop, will it be slower? Will it be slower? No, right? We'll decide if I open in my mobile the same Amazon website, will it be slower? No, the same speed it will come. We'll only decide based on if your internet is faster, then definitely we'll only decide based on the internet, right? If internet is faster, definitely it will open in any system, irrespective of configuration, right? So basically, whenever you are analyzing your program, don't decide based on your hardware, because your time and space complexity doesn't depend doesn't decide when you are running or developing a program, you should also never consider the physical hardware. Okay, you should also never consider the physical order. What is the physical hardware, or how much it is, or how it is, or what is the OS it is holding, or what is the processor, or what is the processor, what are the other things configuration the client or customer is using or analyzing. You should not consider that while you are developing a program, because execution will never happen based on the configuration. Anyways, there will be a large server where you will deploy your code. Your application, your server will have all the resources to serve you. Okay. You should not write a program depending upon that. You should only consider your execution time. You should only take care into consideration the execution time. Okay. How much time your program is executing, how much time it is taking for each and every input. That only you should consider, not based on this configuration of your system or your client or you are holding. Okay, your system or it's your client or your customer system, you should not write your program based on the configuration. You should not tell also. It will be a blunt like joke, like telling that his configuration is not big, because of that my program is taking more time. No, it is not the way. Okay, so we'll only consider based on the execution type of our algorithm. Okay, so how much we are giving, how much we are how many inputs we are giving, and based on the input only we'll consider the execution time of our algorithm. Okay, so basically the amount of time taken to run the program when it is like based on your input is nothing but a time complexity. So you can measure the time complexity. So basically in big O notation will measure, whereas big O of 1 in the sense it is a constant time complexity. Okay, constant in the sense it will be too fast. It will be too fast, whereas big O of log n in the sense it will be bit slower than constant time. Okay, it is a logarithm time, whereas bit slower than the big O of 1. Okay, in an increasing or in a decreasing order we are going. Okay, this is this is efficient, and this is bit not efficient than the big O of 1, whereas big O of n again bit not efficient than a big O of n. Linear time, it will take linear time, and then you have your n log n, which is higher than your big O of n again. Then big O of n power 2, n power 3, n power 4. These are quadrant times which are higher than all these things. And then big O of 2 power n, which is again not efficient than your these things. So when you're writing a program in this fashion, definitely your program is not efficient. Your algorithm is not efficient. But when you're writing programming in this fashion, then your program is too efficient. Okay, so like this we will measure our time complexity. Okay, like this will measure our time complexity. Then the space complexity also the same. The space complexity also the same thing will apply. Okay, so understanding the okay, so the same thing also it will apply. Okay, so now we'll move into the program and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so can you tell the time complexity of this program? Okay. Can you tell the time complexity of this program? Time complexity of that program, we go of n square, we go of 10. Okay. Okay. So basically, how we will write a for loop inside your thing. So basically, we'll write it in Java. We'll write the for loop with a initialization. Okay, we'll write it as an initialization. Okay, then we'll write our semicolon. Then we write our condition. Okay, then we'll write our increment decrement. Okay, so if you can see this program, how many times the loop will run? So basically, I is equal to 0, 0 less than 10. It will run for one time. Okay, then again I plus plus, in the sense I is equal to I plus 1, which is nothing but 0 plus 1, which is 1. Yes. So 1 less than 10. The condition is true. Again, this will execute. Again, it will execute for one time. And then again, what will happen? Again, it will become 2, 2 less than 10. Again, the condition is true. It will go enter. Again, 3. Again, the condition is true. It will go enter. And again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Means how many times the loop will execute? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At 10, 10 less than 10, it will exit the loop. Means until 10 iterations, this will execute. Right? Until 10 iterations, it will execute. Suppose if I'm going with 5, how many times this loop will execute? 5 times, right? Suppose if I'm going with 15 times. If I'm going with 100 times. Means what is happening based on the input, this loop is executing that many times. That many times it is executing based on the input that is given. But suppose if the program is there, suppose there are like 100 lines of code is there, and this is there with this input. So if suppose the other program is running exponentially or something, but this line of code will run for only how many times? Fixed number of times, right? Fixed number of times, that is 100 times only. The other program can run any times. The other lines of code can run for any times. But this set of lines of code will run for only 100 times. Or if you're putting as 10, it will run for only 10 times. So if it is a fixed or if it is a constant, means I can decide this will run for that much time only. If I decide, I can give the time complexity for this as, I can denote the time complexity of this code as big O of 1, which is constant time. Okay, which is constant time. Okay, constant time. Okay, this is means until the condition is false, it will run for that constant fixed iterations. Okay, the next one, can you tell the output of this? Can you tell the time complexity of this? So here, instead of this fixed value, I'm giving it as n. I'm giving it as n. Suppose n is equal to 1, n is equal to some 2. How many times the loop will run? 2 times, right? Suppose n is 5. It will run for 5 times, right? N is 10. It will run for 10 times. If n is 100, it will run for 100 times. Means this input, who should give? Who should give? The customer or the user should give, right? The user should give this input, and based on the user input, the loop is running for that much time. The loop is running for that much amount of time. So in this case, the time complexity is depend upon the not fixed value. It depends depending upon your n itself. So basically, based on the user input, right? Based on the n, it will decide. So because of that, the time complexity of this is n. Okay, big O of n. Can you tell this? Can you tell this? So here, what is the difference? Instead of I plus 1, it is I plus 2. It is I plus 2. Suppose the input is 5. How many times the loop will run? 0, 2, and then 4, right? 3 times, right? Suppose 6, if I give the input as 6, it will run for 0, 2, and then 4, and then 6. 4 times, right? Suppose if I'm giving 8, if I'm giving 10, how many times the loop is running? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, right? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 it will not run because it is less than n. Less than n in the sense less than 10. When it is 10, 10 less than 10, it will not run. Okay, 5 times it will run, right? So in this case, the time complexity will be, you can observe this pattern. If you can observe this pattern, the n is increasing, what is happening? 6, what is happening? Here, what is happening? So basically what will happening in the, like 5 in the sense it should run for 5 times in this case. In this case, it will run for 5 times. But what it is doing, because of I plus 2, it is running for only 3 times. It is running for only 3 times. Here it is running for 4 times. Here it is running for 5 times based on the input. Based on the input, it is running for 5 times, like 3 times, 4 times, and then 5 times. Yes. So if you can see, like if it is the input is 5, if the input is 5, it is running for 3 times. If the input is 6, it is running for 4 times. If the input is 10, it is running for 5 times, right? So basically what is happening? Yeah, 6 will be not included, correct? 6 will be not included. So means what is happening? It is running based on the time it was there, right? So it is running for your, if you can see, it is running for n by 2 times, right? Big O of n by 2 times, right? Each one is running for your big O of n by 2 times, right? So here the constant can be avoided. The constant can be avoided because if we're considering it as a polynomial expression, the constant can be avoided. So for that reason, the time complexity will be big O of n itself. Okay, then, okay, this will also be the n itself. Then this one, I plus 10, I plus 10. Again, it will be big O of n by 10 itself, right? Big O of n by 10 itself. So it will be big O of n itself. Okay. Then this one, inner loops. Like this, you can write the inner loops. So inner loops, how it will be there? I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. J is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Means what will happen if I is 0? 0 less than, suppose n is 5. Okay, n is 5. 0 less than 5. Condition is true. It will go inside j is equal to 0, 0 less than 5. Okay, it will also run for 5 times. After inner loop has executed, then outer loop will execute again. Outer loop will increment and then it will execute. Again, the inner loop will execute for all the times and then all the 5 times, and then outer loop will execute. That is kind of an inner loop. Okay, means so if it is n is 5, how many times this loop will execute? 5 times. This will also execute 5 times itself, right? So if it is 10, this will also execute for 10 times. This will also execute for 10 times. If it is n, it will be n, and this will also be n. So means what will happen? Big O of, it will be n into n, which is nothing but n square. Okay, big O of n power 2. Okay, so this is your inner loop. Can you tell this one? N plus 1 n. So this will run for your n plus 1 times. This will run for your n times. Again, what will happen? Big O of outer loop will run for n plus 1, and then inner loop will run for n times, which is n square. again n plus n square. So basically this constant can be avoided. So it will be n power 2. Okay. So the next one. The next one. So this is running for 0 to n times, means n times, and this is run for, suppose I is equal to 0. This will run for 0 less than 0. Then it will not run for, it will run for 0 times, right? If it is 0, the inner loop will run for 0 times. If it is 1, the inner loop will run for 0 and then 1. 0, like basically 1 time it will run, right? Then if it is 2, the inner loop will run for the inner loop will run for 0 and 1, which is nothing but 2 times, right? So basically what is happening, it is running for, like this is running for 1 time. The outer loop will running for, when it is 0, the outer loop will run for 1 time. It will run for 0 time. Whereas when the outer loop is running for 2 times, the inner loop is running for only 1 time, right? So when the outer loop is running for 3 times, the third time, the inner loop is running for only 2 times, right? So means what is happening here, the time complexity will be big O of n into the inner loop will be running from, if it is n, the inner loop will run for n minus 1 time, right? Basically again it will be big O of n square itself again. Okay, the worst case we are calculating, right? So because of that it will be n square itself. Okay, so then next one, this will be our assignment for today, like calculate the time complexity of this. Okay, please note it down. I is equal to I into 2. Okay, you can let me know the time complexity for this. I is equal to I into 2. Okay, by all this you can to know some point, right? How to do it for how to calculate the time complexity by all these snippets. In the same way, calculate the time complexity for this and let me know what is your answer for tomorrow. Okay, so for this statement. Okay, please note it down. I is equal to I into 2. Yes. Okay, then space complexity. Can you tell fast what is the space complexity of this? Space complexity also decided based on the inputs itself, right? So if x is 10, 10, 10, 10, xyz, then what will be the space complexity in this case? Like it will be 30 and the result will be only one variable, right? We are not using any extra space. We are using the same result again. If it is 15, 15 plus 15 plus 15, then also same result I'm using. If it is 100, 100 plus 100 plus 100, then also I'm using the same result. I'm not using extra space. So the space complexity for this is big O of 1 itself. Space complex, like time complexity in this case, time complexity is, that also it will be 1 itself, right? Big O of 1 itself. Constant time and space. Whereas for this, you have your array, you have your n, right? Int I and then j is equal to 10. Okay, I is equal to 0, I less than j, I plus plus. First of all, tell me what is the time complexity of this? I is equal to 0, 0 to, it will be big O of 1. The time complexity will be big O of 1. Whereas space complexity, can you tell? Space complexity. Suppose the input is 10 only, right? Right. So how much space it will take? We are using the same array again. Here also the same array with all the zeros, right? Only 10 spaces it will take. For any, like if you change, all the 10 spaces will be 0. So in this case also the space complexity will be big O of constant itself. Okay. Then can you tell the last snippet for the day? You have your array, you have your n. Okay. Then array 1, I'm taking one array, and then again I'm taking another array for putting this array. Okay, I'm using the extra array. Other than this, I'm using the, other than the input given, I'm using the extra array. So in this case, the space complexity will, you need to calculate the space complexity. The space complexity will increase. So here you see, you're using just the inputs. Then in this case, the space complexity will be constant. When you're using the same inputs that were given in the program, in your program, and you're doing your logic, then the space complexity will be constant. But if you are using other inputs, other arrays or other data structures you're using other than the input given, then in this case extra space it will take, right? So in that case the space complexity will increase. So what is the space complexity of this? First of all, tell me what is the time complexity of this? It will be big of n itself, right? Big of n itself. What is the space complexity of this? Can you tell? So when the n is 10, how many spaces we require for this? 10 spaces. When it is 100 spaces. So basically what will happen? Based on the input given, based on the user input, it will increase, right? So it will be big of n. Are we clear until this point? Yes. So this is how we will calculate the time and space complexity for your programs. Okay, for your programs. So today we have, it's already 9:05. Okay, I will wind up the session soon. So we discussed overview on data structures. Okay, what data structures were there, why data structures are required, or why we need to learn DSA. Okay, then we discussed how to analyze your data structures using space complexity and time complexity. Okay, using space complexity and time complexity. So then we see how we can calculate it. So what I can give as an assignment for you for today, you can try out prime number programs like the prime number, Armstrong number program. Okay, Armstrong number program. I can give you one pattern for today. You can solve this pattern. I can give you one pattern like pyramid pattern. I'll be giving it to you. Okay, pyramid pattern. So we will draw the pyramid pattern. Okay, these two spaces will be there again. Then the other pattern will be there, right? Okay, some kind of pyramid pattern, you can practice it up. Okay, pyramid pattern. And then Pascal pattern, Pascal triangle. Okay, Pascal triangle pattern also you can practice for today. So tomorrow we'll discuss on the array-based problems. We'll jump into these patterns first, and then we'll jump into array-based easy and medium level algorithms. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much, guys. So Usman just now joined, or we're asking it full form of DSA. Okay. I'll share you the notes. Please go through this. This will be present in the YouTube as well. Just go to the recording once again. Okay. Okay. So you can go to the recording on the YouTube. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much, guys. We will go to the array easy level and medium level problems tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful day one session. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushmita. Yeah.
Yes, so dear students, as we informed in the beginning, attendance is very mandatory. So attendance link has been shared it on a chat. I request please mark your attendance without any fail. Attendance link will be active only till 9:30. Okay, after 9:30 you can't mark your attendance. Before that you have to mark. I hope you all understood this. So please mark your attendance. Okay, so from tomorrow, the same link will work. Whatever the Zoom link which you have joined today, the same link will work. Again, you will not get any mail. As the day when you all, I hope you all received the mail for joining the particular session. From tomorrow, you can join through the LMS, which we have showed it in a start, or else you can just join the same link. Okay. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you for joining. Good night, everyone. We'll wind up for the day. Thank you, everyone.